So I'm back. I got all of my little things are all ready to go, as you can see here. Anyways, we are going to make the little danglies, the little spangles as they are called. And what I'm going to do is turn everything blue. I don't understand why it does that. Like, what I'm going to do, these are very rough looking, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. You can see all the roughness of them. I even tried to sand them. It's only because my printer, yeah, it's a whole thing, 3D printer, it's fine. But I got some wire here, and we're just going to, you know, see if it's gonna fit through here. And it's actually not gonna fit through this one. Oh no. I hate when that happens. Nothing, this one did not. Come out right. I do have like a little manual drill, but that's a whole nother thing. I was actually like having a lot of trouble using the drill. I tried to use the little hand drill, like a Dremel, and it melted the plastic like so bad that the drill bit actually got stuck in there and I could not get it out. Okay, I think I got it settled now. So I got wire, and what we're going to do is we are going to have a length of wire. Of course, it's going to loop around, and it's going to have our beads on it. So we'll fudge it all. I got elastic. Maybe I can use elastic. Got this cheap elastic from Dollar Tree. See that stretch cording that I've had sitting in there? Let me see, will it go through? See, this is the problem. This is the problem here. It's not gonna go through. No! The struggles. See, this is why I was saying that I don't know if the juice is gonna be worth the squeeze on this, because and I can't even open this. Can I open you? Thank you. Please and thank you. Much obliged. That's why I was like, I don't know if this is going to be worth it at all, because this is, yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing. I can fit it through. But the catch is, how am I going to attach this now that I got it through? I got a bead, and I want the big bead to be in the center. So hold on, let's think about this logically. Okay, so we want a small bead, and I don't think I'm going to be able to fit this through. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to have to do this on both sides. So scissors. I had scissors, there they are. We're going to cut this. We're just going to make it up as we go. Okay, and then we're going to use this here. I have to use my pliers to pull that on. Let's get this. And then this. And one more bead. Like that. And then pull them. It's the only thing about this. Pull them through. Jeez. I broke my other little beading needle thing. Okay, so now let's put this on. This should be big enough to go through. So now we got one side done. The other side is going to be, let me see if I can undo this now. Oh my, it is really stuck in there. There we go. So the other side, what I'm going to do, actually I could probably just knot it right there and it'll be fine like that. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, I could just roll it around like that and then knot it on this side and it'll be the same. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we're getting it. We're getting it. That's we're experimenting here. I really didn't want to go out and spend like $1 million on just like this. I want the smallest amount there. There we go. Alright, so now we need another little tiny bead. A rock. Yeah, my little bead rocks here. Another tiny bead. A rock. And just, I don't know, it's all over these. I think I had tried to weave these into something and it didn't work out. So we got one more. Red. Oh goodness, I'm gonna have to dig for a red. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Perfect. Now, let's try not to, bend this. I cannot get this to grip. Pull, pull, pull. There we go. Aha! Success. Alright. Let me move that out of the way. Put that over there. There we go. Okay, now we're going to wrap it around. And we're going to tie it as close as we can to that. So now we got our little spangle without having to like double weave it. I mean, I probably could pass it through and then tie it on both ends right here, but I think I'm just going to tie it here. So I know I cut off a lot. So what I want to do is move all this junk out of the way, because I got a bunch of stuff everywhere. Leave that there. Hopefully I don't lose it. Probably will lose it. Let's pull this just a titter bit. And I'm going to wrap it around like this. If I can get my fingers to work. Alright. So now I'm just going to double knot it. I mean, it's just a 3D printed bobbin, so it's not like it's super functional. I mean, it's going to be functional. Alright, tighten that up real nice. Oh, look at that. Okay. Not bad. It's a nice little spangle, which adds a little extra weight to it. Not a whole lot of weight. Now what I might do is put a dab of super glue on there just to make sure it's definitely not going to come off, but I'm actually going to do another knot here just to really be secured, because I do not want this to come apart while I'm working. And then we're going to cut this. So I definitely cut way too much elastic thread, and I need better scissors than these. These are not precision scissors, that's for sure. Neither are these. These are side cutters, but whatever. Come on. Alright, so there's a little knot. You see it? There's that little knot, and if anything, it'll I think that's gonna work. That doesn't look too bad, does it? Huh. Well, we find our ways, don't we? Okay, so super glue. This is the glue I used. I think I explained it in the last video, what I was doing. I was just like a ramble video, but whatever. I'm going to use a little bit of this glue here, and I'm just going to pop a dab on there just to kind of help secure, to kind of lock those little areas. There we go. There it is. All done. Amazing. Not too hard, but took a little bit to get there, but I got there in the end. Okay, so let's see if I can continue with the trend of this working, because that's going to be real embarrassing if it doesn't. So they're not all going to look the same, but I'm going to try to keep the same theme. You know, how many do I have on this one? I'm going to use this as a reference. So 3 little tiny baby beads. So little glass beads there. And then this. Actually, I'm going to pull these on first if I can. Because these, the rock bead ones are like, have really, really tiny holes in them. And they're really hard to pull through. Alright, there we go. Now I need orange. So yeah, I think I figured it out. A cheaper way of doing, of course, it's only cheap if you already have all the materials like I do, because, I mean, if you don't have anything, you're going to have to go out and buy everything, right? So, but either way, I mean, I already had the 3D printer, already had all the beads, so do I not have another orange? Shame, shame. Orange, orange, you glad I didn't say banana? Alright. Here we go. So this is going to be a process. That's why I was saying, I don't know if this is even going to be worth it because of the time that it's taking to do this. And yeah. Okay, I want to make sure that I have a good amount on either side. Enough to work with, but not so much that I'm going to have to like cut off a yard. So let's grab another one. Preferably one that has a good hole. I think that one does. Ish. But then again, I don't know. Me. I swear. They just need, the holes need to be cleaned out because they little funker. Okay, you go in here. Can't pull it through, figures. There we go. And then you go around here. And there we go. Look at that. I think this is going to work. I'm going to have to test them out and see if it's going to be heavy enough, but I mean, I think so. I think that is going to work. Let's pull this out. I need to get a new cutting mat. So this cutting mat is wavy. I love it. That's what happens when you don't want to buy anything. I just feel like I overbought, like whenever I got into all of my little hobbies and crafts and stuff, and I just kind of went crazy and bought a bunch of stuff, and now I'm overflowing with things and I don't even know what to do with them. Like, seriously. Yeah, that'll work, that'll work. Okay, now I'm going to do another double kind of knot here. Hopefully y'all can see this. I'm not even paying attention to see if y'all can even see this. There we go. A nice round double knot. So there we go. I think that looks good. Whee. Alright, I think that's all I'm going to do on camera. Y'all kind of got the gist of it. I just wanted to share what I was doing, kind of, you know, since I've been a little absent on YouTube lately, I thought, I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. So this is what I used, what I figured out. Stretch cord, if you have it. If you don't, some thin wire will work just the same. There's a few videos out there that I watched that, yeah, I mean, traditionalist, right? But we're not being traditional today because, yeah, I mean, these are 3D printed, crappily 3D printed bobbins. I mean, it is rough looking. Like, if you could see it in person, I mean, I'm pretty sure the camera's kind of picking it up, but they are rough. They are a mess. But stretch cording, beads, preferably beads that have a little bit of weight to them, like these little plastic ones here, these little raspberry ones. They don't have a whole lot of weight, but the little rock ones and the glass beads have some weight. So I don't know, I might try maybe some of these acrylic ones, but I feel like this one's way too big. But even this is pretty light. I don't know. Either way, there it is. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully we'll be getting into more different crafty videos, because yeah, maybe I'll show you how I put these together. I mean, it's just a 3D print file that I found on Thingiverse and printed it on my little crappy Ender 3 Neo is what it is, Ender 3 Neo. And yeah, I've been having a lot of trouble with the bed and the alignment and all this stuff. Like, it's just a whole pain, and I haven't wanted to deal with it, and I was like, well, you know what, let's try it again. And the roughest prints ever. Anyways, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Happy crafting. Happy, you know, whatever you're doing, have a happy time at it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.